So welcome back to the channel. In this video, taking a look at Mt. Gox with the impending release of creditors' Bitcoins, Bitcoin Cash, and also some cash as well. And this tied in with the Blackrock news with their support from Coinbase, allowing institutional trade of BTC. Is this all slightly aligned? And is this going to be short-term bearish for the crypto markets and in particular BTC right now? So let's just go through the timeline of the Mt. Gox issues here. So defunct Japanese crypto exchange Mt. Gox edging closer to repaying its 141,686 Bitcoins held by its bankruptcy trustee. So this may add to downward pressure on the price of the world's biggest crypto. So apparently back on the 6th of July last month, the Mt. Gox creditors were asked to register online whether they would like to receive their repayments in crypto or cash. And so the exact timing of the repayments is not known, nor specified in the letter that the creditors received. But from some digging here over on CoinGeek here, Joshua Hensley reports that no set date for repayments to start, but it's thought from the documentation that this may start from the end of August 2022 and going into the start of September of 2022. So coming up pretty soon to here. So the trustee is known to hold those 141,000 Bitcoins, also holds 142,000 Bitcoin Cash, and also a truckload of cash in the form of Japanese yen. So the Mt. Gox repayment plan received final approval back in last November, and they were expected, and this states they were expected to liquidate at this time around $8.5 billion worth of Bitcoin at the prevailing price. So this is actually suggesting that they've already got plans to liquidate the crypto for cash. Whether this is true or not, we simply do not know. Have creditors opted for cash or the cryptocurrency? We are yet to really see that or find out, but there's a good percentage chance that people would obviously want to liquidate, considering macro environment, considering the fact that they will be set on a lot of profits due to the fact Bitcoin was under $1,000 back during the actual hack of Mt. Gox back in 2014. So this repayment plan has raised concerns that the liquidation could create more headwinds for price, could also lead to some liquidations as well, because if you get a lot of crypto dumped in the market at one go, you can see from the open interest in the market, people are levering up, going long on cryptos generally once again. So this could be quite untimely for the levered longs in the market. So how does this news play into the fact BlackRock have penned a deal with Coinbase here to allow their institutional clients to easily trade Bitcoin? Well, I think this goes to the fact that BlackRock and large institutions may well have a lot of this Bitcoin in their possession. So if we just go back to this article, this is from 2020. But if you go back to some previous documents from 2019, similar story here with the investor Fortress LLC, who were trying to buy out creditors of Mt. Gox, and they were trying to offer them a premium price back in 2020 of $1,300 on each Bitcoin they held, getting those people to cash out, and then they can play the trade of we'll hold, wait for the settlement to unwind, and then we can dump the crypto for obviously a nice profit. So previous to this in 2019, they offered like $600 or $700 for each Bitcoin held to creditors. They then upped their offer to $1,300 here in 2020, but it's unknown exactly how many people went down this route, took the cash and ran from the hills. So it's impossible to know the exact number of Bitcoins coming to the likes of these large institutional players, but it is rather nice timing in the exact same month that the Mt. Gox coins may come back to creditors. There is an easy escape route. So buyouts would have occurred. Fortress, just one company named here. This is Wes Eden's investment group. He co-founded this one. He was a previous MD over at BlackRock. So you can see this is the kind of institution that would be utilizing the Coinbase integration to dump potentially Bitcoins on the market if they get them back in their hands at the end of August / start of September. So no smoke without fire. This is a few viewpoints from others in the industry here. So off the back of the BlackRock and Coinbase partnership here, Nomad over on Twitter, they will use the Mt. Gox claims they purchased 5 years ago, and they're in before dumping on retail and institutions at the same time, he speculates there. Maybe he has more information from the inside here due to the fact he's referenced 5 years back, and we'll look at another one in just a second. Other people also suggesting BlackRock lost a lot of money this year for their clients, 1.7 trillion, and now they need an easy way to dump all their Mt. Gox unlocks later this month. So the timing between Coinbase's partnership and the Mt. Gox Bitcoins being released back to creditors, looks a bit like the perfect storm brewing here. And another interesting take here, so is BlackRock here because they believe in crypto, or are they just dumping their Mt. Gox Bitcoin claims on institutional clients? How much do they have? That is something I was searching for rather furiously, but was unable to actually unearth those figures. And this Twitter user is skeptical because Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, said that Bitcoin's only purpose is money laundering back in 2017. Now, in terms of more insider information, someone with more knowledge of the markets and potentially friends in higher places, again here is Pentoshi. So in reply to BlackRock bullishness here from Chimpzoo, who is one of the worst followers on Twitter, he says they bought 76% of the Mt. Gox coins at an average of $600 a piece, which they will be getting later on this month. So whether he knows something we don't hear, with some interesting stats here, 76%, $600 a piece average price, it does seem that this is well within the scope of possibility that some of these big institutions have a lot of Bitcoin from Mt. Gox coming to them and could dump them on the market, whether that be to institutional players or on retail's heads via exchanges, utilizing the Coinbase integration with Aladdin software for BlackRock. Well, it just seems that this is all rather well timed here. So this is kind of the headwinds now faced by Bitcoin, and it has seemed like it has, concrete boots on at times over the last few weeks. Maybe this kind of anxiety in the market around Mt. Gox is starting to play a part here as to why we have not been able to really significantly push towards the upside here and these targets of 26.5K. We've also got dollar bullishness again. A previous resistance flipped to support at around 105 here. So the dollar is looking strong. Of course, that is bad for risk assets. And then finally, if we just look at the total 2, which is excluding Bitcoin, so this is all your altcoins, we can see the recent rally is starting to run into a previous level of support, which now will probably flip to resistance here. So we could start to see this being the end of the rally at this point. So just a few factors playing in with each other here. The Mt. Gox scenario just dragging on, but potentially could come to a head as soon as the end of this month. Let me know down below, do you think it's a coincidence that Coinbase and BlackRock have this partnership live at the same time that institutions may be getting their hands on those Mt. Gox Bitcoins? Let me know down below. Am I just a tinfoil hat speculator here? If you enjoyed this one, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.